So the first step that you need to do is go to this website, scratch.mit.edu, and after that you need to go further down, keep scrolling down, and look in this resources box. You are going to see this download button. Click on this download button, and you will see that a download has started. A download has not yet started, but you will be able to download. So it says download the Scratch app. Install the Scratch app for Windows. What it is asking you is get it from Microsoft or Direct. Now, what you can do is click on this direct download button. Click here, and you will be asked where you need to save this software. So you just need to click on this save button and you will start to download it. Once it has been downloaded, you will see the icon here. You can see the Scratch icon here, this very small one. I can show you that a little bigger as well. So when you will be able to download it, when you will completely download it, you will see that there is this Scratch icon. This is our orange color icon with saying Scratch 3.2.91 setup.exe. So after that, what you need to do is click on this icon. Once you will click on this icon, it will take you to the installation of this software. So this software installation is very quick. It does not take very long and it can be done very simply. All you need to do is just click on this option. You need to have an admin account, and if you do not have one, your parents can help you with that. Even if you don't have an admin account, you can use this only for me and install it here. Once it has been installed, now you would be able to use Scratch without going on the internet. So you would not have to access internet every time if you want to use Scratch. So now you can start using Scratch without opening the internet. So once this is happening, let's see how do we make a ping pong game. A ping pong game, what is a ping pong game if we have to see? So if we search ping pong here, we would be able to see some of the very simple ping pong games that we can try and to replicate, that we can try to recreate on our own. Once we have recreated those games, so now it says run Scratch. The Scratch has been installed completely, and now we can start with it. So a ping pong game is like that. If you will see this game, you would be able to understand that. Assalamu alaikum. Someone else has joined us. Hello. Has some new student joined us? What's your name? Hi, what's your name? You have joined us recently. Your device is Redmi Note 10, but what's your name?
You can tell. Mommy. Tell your name. Teacher is asking your name. Ayad.
Sorry, again?
Ayad.
Ayad.
Sir, जी, sir, it's Ayad.
So I was not sure because Ayad, I'm really sorry. I thought that it's someone who is taking a demonstration class. So Ayad, as you already know that what we have to do. So I have explained a few things right now, but I have recorded that, so I can share that recording with you. You can let see that how to go about it. What we have done today is we have tried to download the Scratch into our system so that we do not have to access internet every time we want to work on Scratch. So I'll show you how it works. But before that, I will show you how the ping pong game works, and we are going to create or replicate that. Currently, if you would be able to see that there is a ball that is running on my screen, and there is a black line that is running at the bottom. So this black bar is basically moving everywhere I am taking my mouse. And if I am accidentally not able to complete the game, or if the ball hits that red wall, you would be able to see that now everything has stopped, and it has stopped because I have lost the game. Now what we need to do is, now we need to see that how are we going to create this game. We can make this game two ways. Like currently what is happening is this black bar or the paddle is moving with the movement of the mouse. So wherever I will take my mouse, the paddle would move in that direction. What we can also have is that if we press left or a right keys, then our character would move. So we can look around in in both the ways, and I will show you how the both of these things are going to work. So let's say that we start it, and in the start, what we need to do is that we need to go to our Scratch. Now this is the same Scratch portal that you had online. Now this is available offline. Now you do not have to access internet if you want to try something on Scratch. Even if you don't have the internet, you can still work on Scratch. This will help you to do that. So let's say that we start creating a game. And before we start creating a game, first thing that we need to do is select a background. So we are going to go to this backdrop option and select a background. So I'm going to select maybe any background that I like. So I can select any background that I want. And similarly, you can also select any background that you want. Let's say that we make this stars background. In the stars background, what we are going to do next is that choose the characters that are going to be a part of the game. Like I do not want this guy, cat to be a part of my ping pong game.
Sir, your motion
Sorry.
box disappear.
Sorry?
Your motion box disappear. That also happens to me sometimes.
Sometimes. So I have this motion blocks here. They have not disappeared.
They
Some
disappeared just a second ago.
now they disappeared. Motion blocks are only available if you have a character selected first. Right now, I do not have any characters here. So once I will have any character, motion blocks will come back. Zainab, what happened to you? Why did your internet got disconnected?
I don't know.
Okay. So now I have just disabled waiting room. So now you can join anytime you want. So let's say that we first select the characters that we want. For example, that I want this baseball character to be there, or maybe this ball. So any character that I want to have for the place of ball, I can have. So first character is the ball that would move up and down. Let's say that we find a suitable icon for that. What if I write a star here? There are many stars. Let's use the sun then. So this is the sun. So first thing that we need to do about the sun is we need to make sure that it is a good appropriate size. It's not that very big. So you can see that this sun is like a little big for us. So what we are going to do is just make sure that it gets a little smaller. So in order to reduce its size, so in order to make it smaller, what you have to do is change its size here. It says 100. If I enter 10, it becomes very small. If I enter 20, still that is a fit size. That is a good size. So we'll have it with 20. So maybe a little bigger than 20. That is a very good size also. Now we need to set a character that will hit this sun. So what can we have? So what characters do we have? Do we have a cloud or something? Let's say that we see if there is a cloud.
Teacher, are we making a ping pong game?
Yes, we are making the ping pong game, but we are using different characters.
Okay.
We need to see a character that has a flat surface, flat top. So we are going to use that. Mhm. This line is a good thing. This magic wand is also a good thing. So you can change this game and characters and everything. Characters you can change in the background. You can change as per your own choice. I can also do the same. So I'm going to use this star band, and I'm not going to use it like this. I would want it to be rotated. So I'm going to rotate. So now this band is going to help me to keep this sun floated in the air. So we can have different creative ideas to make a game as per our own choice. Now we need to make sure that this ball does not stop and keeps on moving. So for that we are going to use this option, move 10 steps, and we are going to ask our character to keep on moving like forever. But it stopped there. What it needs to do is come back. If it hits the bound, if it hits the edge, it needs to come back. So for that, we are going to go to the motion block again and choose this option, if on edge bounce, and add it here. Now you can see that this character will keep on moving within the screen and it will not go out of the screen. So first part of the ball, that was motion, it has been completed. Now if you want the ball to move slowly, you can decrease the move steps, or if you want to ball the move a little faster, you can change, you can increase the move steps. So the move steps are going to help you to identify if, help you to ensure that your ball is moving with a good or a bad speed. If it is moving very fast, it's not good. If it's moving very slow, it's going to become very easy to judge where it is going. So it needs to have a mediocre speed. So we have put a mediocre speed here. Now we need to do the
It's
next.
not going down.
It's not going down. How would it go down? So the next question is, how would it go down? It's going to go down.
Change the direction.
It's going to go down if we turn it. Let's say I turn it to 45 degrees. Now it is going to go down and up and everywhere. Fine. Now it's moving in every direction. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, but when it hits, but when it hits the wall, it goes through it. It doesn't bounce back up.
And why is that happening? Remember
So
the
now.
Because you didn't use a code for it.
Yes, we haven't told anything to the computer what should happen if the ball hits the wand or if the sun hits the wand. So that is why nothing is happening. When we will tell computer what should happen, it would happen accordingly. So first, let's say that whenever we want the game to be started, we want the character to come here and then get dropped. So for that, we are going to select this option also here, and also we are going to go to the events and add this when flag click. So whenever the flag is clicked, this character will start moving. But now
But it's not going straight.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Why is that happening?
Because you
anyone tell?
changed the code.
Now it is happening. If I will stop it somewhere, it won't happen. So there is one very important thing that we need to understand. See, when I press it the first time, it moves in the straight up and down direction. When I will change it, it will change its direction towards the left side. Now I do that again, and it has started moving vertically. Now it will go on the right side. So that is happening because we are using only one angle, and that angle is basically 45. So 45 two times will become 90, and it will start moving vertically upwards and downwards. After that, it will become 135 and it will start moving in the other direction. After that, it will become 180 and it would start moving vertically, horizontally it would start. So we need to make sure that this angle is not fixed. This angle needs to be random. Okay, so a game starts with a different angle every time. So for that, we are going to go to this operators and check on this pick random option and put it here. Now we are going to tell it a range of angles like 45 and let's say 75. So this now is going to move in different directions. See, now it is moving in different directions. It is not going vertically upward, and it keeps on changing its direction every time I press that flag button. So this is a very important thing. Like if we fix the angle, it's going to somehow it's going to disturb you some of the times. So for that, we are going to pick a random angle and make sure that it starts moving. Now, let's go for the next thing. The next thing is then how to move this wand. Now, this wand can be moved in two ways. Currently, I am a little worried about the color of this wand because it's like kind of very dark and the background is also very dark. So I would want it to make it a little lighter maybe. So for that, I'm going to go to the costumes, click on its bark and fill its colors differently. Even if I want to use a color that is a little yellowish, that will be fine. So now I have a different color of the bark, and that is why my band is now a little different color. I can change its color still if I want to, and I can change it to any color that I like. I can make it red also, but red is not going to be very visible. See? Well, red is also fine if you want to use that. So we can choose any color that we want. Similarly, the star, if we want to change its color also, we can change its color as well. Let's say that I want to make it white, so I can make it white. And I will have a white color star. Similarly, if you feel that this star should be on the both sides, so we can just copy and paste it and put it on the other side as well. Maybe rotate it like that, and here we go. So now you have a very fancy band that has two stars on its edges and there is a red line in between. Similarly, you can change the direction of the stars whenever you want to make it look more funky to you. Any change that I make here, you would be able to see that the same change is being made here as well. So our work here is almost done with the band. Now we need to see that how the band would move. In order to make our band move, we need to go to this motions option and we can have our band to move in two different ways. First way is the same process that we use, and that is use a button. Go to this events and use this button. So the button is left arrow and right arrow currently. When right arrow is pressed and when left arrow is pressed. When left arrow is pressed, it's going to change by -10, and when right arrow is pressed, it's going to change by +10. So now you would be able to see that our band has started to move. But it's moving a little slower. Isn't that it? We can make it faster also.
The ball and the wand is not moving at the same time.
Because I haven't made them move yet. When I will press this flag button, they will start moving in the same time. But still, we haven't coded anything for what happens when the ball hits the band. So that is why
It should bounce.
it's not bouncing currently because we haven't coded it yet. So we are going to start coding that as well. So this is one of the ways that we can make our character to move. Another way would be this one. Let's say that we go to the sensing option. Instead, we go to this motion option, and from here we pick this up, set X to, and go to the sensing option and pick mouse X and put it here. So now you would be able to see that so now when I will press the flag button here, now my character is going to move two ways. It can now be moving with, it would now be moving with the movement of the mouse cursor. So wherever I take the mouse, the wand would go there. And this has happened because I have used this code set X to mouse X. Even if I use it without the forever, what would happen? It would only move once. It would not keep on moving again and again. So that is why we need this forever block here. So this forever block is going to be added here so that every time the cursor senses, the wand senses the cursor, it would start moving in its direction. Fine. So now we are done. We have only got one last thing that we need to fix, and that thing is, if this character hits the van, it needs to return. It needs to turn back. Okay. So for that, we are going to do the
It
code
needs
now.
to balance.
Yeah. For that, we are going to click on this sun icon. I still think that it's a little bigger, so make it a little smaller. And now tell the code what happens when the ball hits when the sun hits the van. So we are going to use if if where is that sensing open? Yes, if touching van, it needs to turn, and it needs to turn to 90 degrees. Now let's see what happens.
I'm too fast,
It keeps on moving in between.
but it's not moving up again.
Yeah, there is a problem in that. Yes, the problem is there because of the shape. So if we use a better regular shape, it may be going to help us a lot. But currently it's happening. You can see that. Isn't it, Ayad? Is that happening now?
No.
So when the ball hits the van, it goes back. Is it happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's happening now. What is the thing that has left? That is left now. We need
Score
to.
a point.
Yes, very good, very good, very good. That's a very important thing. We need to have to score the points. Let's say that we want to score a point every time the sun touches the van. So when sun touches the vent, we want to score a point as well. Now we don't know how to get a point. So for that, the point is something, or the score is something that needs to keep on changing. So for that, we are going to make it as a variable. A variable is a value that changes itself during the program. So we are going to use make a variable, and its name is going to be score, and we are going to use this for all sprites and click on OK. And click on OK. After that, what we need to do now is that devise a pattern that would allow the score to increase or decrease. Now, let's say that if the ball touches the van, after that we are going to change the score by 1. And at the start of the program, we need to set the score to be 0. Now see what happens. So the score is now changing. But if it doesn't hit it, see, the score is
It
now,
needs to score an opening
it
point.
needs to score 1. But if it does not hit the van, what should happen? We should lose the game. So we are not
You
losing the game yet.
start again.
You're
Yeah,
not
we need to
losing the
lose the game and everything needs to stop. But this is not happening at the moment. So for that, what we are going to do is do something so that we can get to know if we have lost the game. So for that, we are going to add another sprite. This time around, we are going to use this. Do we have some fire here? No? Water? No? Okay. Black. We have a line actually. Yes, we have a line. So we use this line here and drag it to the bottom of the screen like that. Go to the costumes, change its color if you want. Change this, use this kind of a color and use it for the watercolor. So yes. and we can put it here at the bottom. When we have put it at the bottom, we will be able to see that. So now when this ball is going to hit this blue bar, we are going to lose a point. Currently, we are not losing the game, but we would eventually when we will write a code for that. So let's say now we write a code for that. The code for that would again be written for the ball. When the ball hits that ground, we need to make sure that we have lost the game. So we are going to again go to this code option, use a forever block again. Then instead of using the forever block, we would use an if block again. Use this if block, and now tell what happens. Now go to sensing and click again this one, touching. So if the ball touches the line, what should happen?
We should lose the game.
We should lose the game. How do we tell that we have lost the game? We are going to go to this control option, I guess, and see this stop all. So this is going to stop everything. Now, when it hits the blue line, everything has stopped. Now, if you want to play the game again, you would have to play on this. You would have to click on this flag button again. Fine? Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yes.
so this is kind of like fixed now. So all of the rules of the games we have chosen and all of the rules of the game we have worked on, they're working fine. The only thing that I think is left, I don't think that there is anything left. We have put every block together very carefully, and this game is now working fine. So this would be
But
your
we still have time.
sorry.
But we still have time.
Yet we still have
5 minutes.
you still have 5 minutes left. So in those 5 minutes, we are going to see that if we can do some more, add some more improvement in that. And that more improvement is that we can start on a new level after scoring some point. Let's say that after scoring 20 points, we would change. We would change the.
That's
We
a
will
lot
get
of
to. We'll get to the new level. So let's say that we use the if again. And this time the if is going to explain something, and that explanation is that if the score is more than 20. If the score is 20, then maybe then we have to put the score here as well. This is score. So if score is equal to 20, what should happen after that?
reach a new level.
Yes, reach a new level.
We need to go to the new level. Currently, if we go to the backdrops, we have this one backdrop here, this empty backdrop also. So I will delete this empty backdrop and add a new one here. So we choose a backdrop here. After that, maybe let's say that we go to this galaxy. So
Wow, so beautiful.
so that's actually really beautiful. So what should happen is that once we have hit that 3 minutes left, so we are hoping that I will be able to complete in 3 minutes. So if the score is greater than 20, we'll go to looks and switch backdrop to galaxy. And not only switch backdrop, also we would want to switch You want to switch anything else? Okay. Let's duplicate this blog and try to add it in the brand as well.
MID now.
So go to this controls option and put an if block here, and we write the same code here as well. If, let's say, if 2-3 minutes left. So if the score is equal to 20, if the score is equal to 20, then we would want in the looks as well, switch costume to, and go to this costumes option, create a copy of this, use this wand again, delete it, paste the other one, and change its colors a little if you want, and reduce its size also.
I think we need to do something with the ball. It's
We
stuck
need
in
to
the
do,
ground.
yeah, it is stuck in the ground, don't worry. We'll fix that as well. So its name, let's change to costumes brand 2. So when you do something like that, so you are going to change it to brand 2. And when flag is going to be clicked, we are going to switch back to costume 1. And start with the new one. And similarly with the ball also. When the flag is going to be clicked, we are going to switch back to stars. So let's say that we press the flag now, and now we'll start playing this game. 1. If I'm able to score 20 because there is less than 1 minute left. So hopefully I'm not going to score more than 20 here. So once we will score this 20, I will share its recording with you as well. So once we will score this 20, it's going to change things with it. So I am sharing the recording as well. So do that.